What is going on, guys? I'm over here with the rt-4 from Radio Tone. I just wanted to let you guys know because some people are having SIM card issues with national radio devices. Network radios. I wanted to show you guys a SIM card that runs on the T-Mobile network. This is the Speed Talk Lite. I got it from Amazon for $8, and it has 1 GB. So I'm going to be testing it this month to see if 1 GB is enough or not enough. If you need 2 GB, then it becomes $16. So, but you got to make sure you set up the APN in the device. Otherwise, you're going to be wondering why the SIM card looks like it's working, but it's really not. So make sure you check all the instructions with the SIM card if you do choose to use this SIM card. Again, $8 from a network radio, and there's the information you would need to put in the APN for this to work. It's on T-Mobile towers. As you can see, it says T-Mobile there. Oops. So yeah. But alright, yeah, I just want to show you guys there is a SIM cards that work with these devices. You just gotta follow the instructions. You have to make sure you put all the APN information in there, because I guess these phones aren't the same as the ones that come from the factory like Samsung, where a lot of the information is already in the phone. You have to kind of add some information in there to get everything to work. But so far, this is the rt-3, rt-4. I mean, I just got this, and I've been using it, messing around. Let's see if I could find a person to talk to here. Let's see. Where's my microphone? Oh, here it is. I have the Enrico wireless microphone, so let's try that out. This is VGX39E checking in on Group 19. Anybody got a copy out there? Let's see if anybody copies. This is just a private group I have with my friends. Right now, nobody's online here. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. This channel's always have a lot of people talking. I don't know why there's nobody talking on here right now. So I bet you somebody's going to talk right now. Let's see. This is VGX39E checking in on the CV channel, checking out positions on conditions. How's everybody doing out there? Calling CQ, VGX39E. And I added the sounds in there. For all the...
Alright, you're on the station calling CQ. You're coming in 5-9, and station sound is loud and clear. I'm over here in Midland, Maryland. It's good to hear you out there, and I hope you're having a good evening.
10-4 from Midland, Maryland. I copy you loud and clear. This is VGX39E. I'm calling in from New Jersey, Plainsboro, Middlesex County, Central Jersey, near Princeton. We're having some good weather out here. They said it was supposed to be a tropical storm coming through, but I talked to earlier somebody from Connecticut, another person from New York, and apparently our whole area, we haven't had any rain. So I'm not sure what the meteorologist is... predictions came from, but I believe they were incorrect. How's the weather over there in Maryland? Go ahead.
All right, I copy that. Well, the weather is really surprising. Most of the day it was pretty sunny, and about 1 o'clock or maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon, started to get a tropical downpour. It went from a nice sunny day to the clouds just moved in and downpour. And so that downpour lasted for about 2-3 hours, and then it started to lighten up, and then it just cleared up. It just kind of moved past us. So you might get that little surprise of that thunderstorm because it's kind of like moving around. I guess it's floating around the East Coast. But right now it's nice. I can see the moon coming through the window. I wonder if we have a full moon. It looks pretty full from here. I don't know. I'll have to check. But yeah, anyway, I hope everything's going well there in New Jersey. How's everything going over there? Are you busy tonight?
Oh, everything in New Jersey is fairly decent, but just to touch on your last comment, around 4 p.m., the sky turned really dark, but it looked like something was coming down, but it actually was just like a couple of little bit of drizzle. So we didn't really get anything, and which it's okay. Well, I'd rather not have a tropical depression if I can avoid it. Everything else in New Jersey is pretty good. I just finished my work today as a tow truck driver, moving vehicles and recovering vehicles from like accidents and impounds and stuff like that, and mostly the big trucks when they crash and stuff like that. But today's been fairly slow. I did a couple movements for some trailers, and no accidents, no big wrecks today. So in my area, everybody seems to be driving safe today. Tomorrow, or technically later today, is another story. So we're definitely gonna see where the road takes us as far as that. But yeah, as far as Maryland goes, I definitely passed through there many times. I drove across the country. Um, I like to stop over there in Elkton, Maryland. There's two truck stops. Not that I like to stop there, but it's not that I don't like to stop there, but it's really convenient. There's a Waffle House there. There's a country buffet. There's all kinds of different things I learned to know in that area. So I stopped there often. Well, when I did drive across the country, but yeah. As far as the moon, I believe the moon is a very close to a full moon. It might not be specifically full moon, but very close there. Go ahead.
I bought this house and room faces like if there's a full moon, it's gonna be like beaming through my window, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. Now, here's the question: a lot of people say during a full moon that there's more accidents, and since you're out on the road and it's your profession, do you believe that's true? Like when the moon is really full, are there more accidents out on the road?
Well, I have to disagree with you on that as far as my own personal experience that a full moon would have a probability of having more accidents, at least from my area where I work. However, but I will tell you some things that do trigger more accidents that we have seen with our own eyes. And those are things like, 4th of July, Memorial Day, big holidays like that where you have a lot of alcohol and drug use and inebriated driving. And trust me, there's all kinds of different predicaments that you could see. People from speeding, from racing, from big company owners that crashed their very expensive vehicle up in the trees that caught flames, and there's nothing left but plastic, melted plastic. And you see a lot of things doing my job. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but a lot of things get seen. I'm not a paramedic or a firefighter or anything like that, but part of my job, I do see some things sometimes. Uh, Another thing that really brings the calls in, not always, and it might sound like it's something like always, but I'll say inclement weather sometimes will bring in a lot of calls, however, but I would probably say more than just regular average precipitation. I'm talking about icy snow roads and stuff like that. And that's when it's really not only dangerous to drive for people and they have an accident, but it's more dangerous for us because we're on the side of the road in the shoulder and nobody's moving over and it's icy. Everybody's driving fast. It's sometimes it's a scary job. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's definitely one of the most risky jobs out there. I mean, you're out there standing, running around on the highway there, and there's nothing between you and the metal of the next car that's like not stopping, right? And who knows if they're going to stop or not? You never know. People gawking at accidents and not paying attention to what's ahead of them, or speeding, and then all of a sudden there's an accident and they don't have time to stop. And so, when you're out running around trying to pull people off the road, that, yeah, it can be very scary. And, yeah, well, hats off to you for for doing that kind of job. I'm sure it's very difficult at times. Of course, you see some of the stuff that you don't want to see. But, yeah, it seems to happen, definitely definitely a lot during the weather conditions. I know that from talking to the guys out on the road here, because we have quite a few truck drivers that come onto the channel